We're in the home stretch now, man. The last 2 episodes of Nos4a2. You ready for the penultimate? Because we're going to talk about the penultimate right now. What is up, everyone? I'm Robbie, and you found the Nerdynomicon. You found where we're talking about Nos4a2 every single week for a little slice of the internet that I like to call Nos4a2 Recap. Although, admittedly, we do a lot more like reviewing and discussion on this, but we still recap some key scenes from the show, which I'm going to start with today by discussing Vic's storyline. But to talk about Vic's story, we need to first talk about her boyfriend in the very first scene, even before the credits. Her boyfriend shows up at Bing's house, wanted to throw down, wanted to trounce the guy that tried to, do bad, naughty things and then kill her. But the trouncing did not really go the way he planned, as he ends up getting overtaken by Bing and ends up getting taken by Charlie. And because he had sex with Vic, yeah, I guess now she's not good enough to be the demon baby mama. So, or the demon baby mama. How did I word that last week? The demon baby mama. I think that's it. So yeah, now the game's changed for Charlie, because he seems to have a weird Madonna whore thing going on, which is just not woke. Okay, Charlie, you just ain't woke, and we got a problem with it. We're not cool with that here. It's 2019. Wake the frig up, man. Hashtag woke bae. So, as he's getting taken, Vic knows what's going on. The Tabitha Hutter is involved again. We got Maggie Lee getting involved again, trying to find him. Vic heads to Colorado in order to head them off. And we get one of the coolest scenes that was basically straight out of the book. With the, difference being her boyfriend's part of the stakes as well. We get to see Charlie Manx screwing with her Inkscape by pushing her bike right into the bridge and then the bridge disappearing. You get to see how that cripples her. And it was even more visceral in the show than it really even appeared in the book. The show's really nailing so much of this, man. And then Charlie sets the Sleigh house on fire. Oh yeah, the Christmas stuff around this this show and this book and this whole series it's disturbing. The Sleigh house. Sleigh house. It's not like we didn't get it. So he sets it on fire. Vic narrowly escapes. This episode was definitely pulse pounding. I mean, lots of these scenes really were taken straight from the book, and it was a pleasure to see the show doing it justice. I'm a big fan of what they've been doing with the differences that they've been making in this book, or in this show, but now that they're at the point where they're taking certain things, certain elements directly from that book, now it's time to be a little bit more discerning and to scrutinize a little bit more. And to be very honest with you, I really feel like the show is nailing it. I'm loving Ashley's portrayal of Vic McQueen. I'm loving Zachary Quinto's portrayal of Charlie Manx. He's so menacing. He's so dark. The way he's just politely shouting out, "Hey Vic, come out and say how do." It's just so jolly and pleasant. But underneath that is that this air of sinister malice. It's so good. And to see Maggie Lee working with the cops, using her bag to try to help find Bing and trying to help find Charlie, it's very cool. Tabitha Hutter was definitely one of my favorite characters in the book, and I feel like she's been kind of a muted character so far in the show. Granted, it's obvious at this point that she's a much bigger character in the show right now than she was in the book, but just because you have more screen time and you're around more does not necessarily mean that your character is being done justice. I feel like she wasn't, honestly. I really feel like her character was rather muted, but now we're starting to see a little bit more personality coming out of Tabitha, and it's refreshing because Tabitha was this big, awesome nerd chick, and it's great to see. But I thought that this episode was definitely pulse-pounding, and if there was any situation where there should have been like a back-to-back showing of 2 episodes, it should have been this week, because it ends perfectly. It ends as Vic is trying to escape up the chimney chute. We all know what's gonna happen. She's gonna survive, but this is a show with stakes. Yeah, she's gonna survive, but unscathed, maybe not. Especially seeing as though her Inkscape's gone, her knife is gone, It's going to be definitely interesting. But I do know this just from IMDb. Luke Carmody is in next week's episode. So excited for that. So what did you guys think? Is this episode doing the book justice? I personally think it is. I think that it was great to see the live action portrayal of the events of the book in this episode. I mean, again, there were some notable differences, like the inclusion of her boyfriend in the trunk. But those are small potatoes when you're dealing with the majority of the similarities. Differences, sure, but in essence, the book was right there. So once again, what do you guys think? Let me know down there in the comments section. Don't forget to like, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and we got one episode left, man. Only one! And then we'll probably be sitting around for a full season review of this, where we'll talk a little bit about the differences, the changes, and, you know, overall how we think this show stacked up against the book and against the graphic novel of the same name as well. So that's going to be it for me, guys. I will see you guys next week. See ya. Like a hell.